Hello and welcome back to Agesana Tech. If you're enjoying these lessons, please make sure to like, share and subscribe. And today we're just going to pick off from where we left off last time. Tulikuwa tunaangalia the kind of network technologies that we need to be able to connect to the internet. And picking off from where we left off, tulikuwa tumesema that you need a router ndio our gateway to the outside internet. Ndio, so tulikuwa tumesema router iko na internal na external IP. Now, what comes after the router? Kuna a device yenye inaitwa modem. A modem is just a network device that converts digital signals to analog signals. Ndio ziweze kutumwa over a cable. Na modem kenye connect modem ni coaxial cable. Unajua ile cable lenye wao hutumia kuconnect TV to the aerial. Hiyo ndio cable lenye connect modem to the company yenye inakuprovidea internet. Na hii company yenye inakuprovidea internet inaitwa Internet Service Provider or ISP. So utasikia so many people talking about ISPs. And when we talk about ISPs ni kama Zuku, Safaricom, Telcom, any internet providing company. Unajua ile yenye wao ulipa ndio uweze kupata internet. Na kenye wao ulipia like services zao na pia au ndio wanakupeanga the external IP. All right? Okay, sawa. So I just want us to look at this network topology ndio tuweze really understand vile hii stuff work. Ukiwa on your network, uko na simu, let's say your phone, your desktop, iko connected to the internet, probably using an Ethernet cable or through a Wi-Fi. And then let's say nikasema the next thing after isha connect to that kuna device inaitwa switch, and then switch to the router, and then kuna modem, and then after modem sa tunafikia your ISP, your internet service provider, probably Safaricom at this point. And then sasa hii wewe uko hapa, you're trying to access google.com. Sindio? So wewe unafikaje kwa google.com? Kitu yenye utanotice ni vile tumekuwa tukiongelea hapa hivi, tuliongelea IP addresses, tukasema internal na external. Na sasa hivyo ndio hizo IP ndio zinakuanga kwa the networks. So let's say una try contact google.com. So nikikama hapa hivi down, niseme hivi, nikuje kwa ile terminal yangu, nikikuja hapo alafu niseme ping, yo ping ile command nilikuwa tunatumia kutest if a network, if a device is up. So ping google.com, utaona there's this number, this IP address 142.250.217.142. Hiyo IP address ndio google.com. Alright? So kenye computer yetu hapa kenye ina try kuconnect to this IP address. Aya, so unashangaa mbona hatuja type IP address? Cause ile time nyingine tulikuwa tuna type. So let's say kama nataka kuping a computer on my network. So ping 10.10.10.200. Sindio? Kitu kayo na iping hivyo. Na ukiangalia this one na ping to through the IP. But now hii ingine nimeping nikisema ping google.com. How come tunasema ping google.com? Nataka kuintroduce something else inaitwa DNS. DNS ni domain name system. So domain name system, kenye domain name system in simple terms tu ni kama phone book ya internet. Unajua the way wewe kuangana unaenda kwa phone contacts ndio uweze kuangalia, like unajua the way you've saved people on your phone, you know? Umesave like let's say umesave mtu wa nyama. Umesave mtu wa nyama na umeandika phone number yake 07 whatever, you know. So wewe ukienda kucall mtu wa nyama, what you usually do is ukienda kwa contact yako, so unaendanga tu unaandika like una pick mtu wa nyama na una call. Hauandikangi namba yake. So hauja cram namba yao mse. Kenye umecram ni jina yake, si ndio? That's the same thing, like human beings kenye si uko nayo ni sisi hatujuangi kukram numbers manze, tunajua kukram letters, jina, vitu kaa hizo, language yenye tumezoea kuongea nayo, si ndio? So that's the same thing. Like imagine una cram IP addresses. So let's say like una try kuconnect to google.com, alafu badala ya kwenda kuandika www.google.com kenye unaenda unaandika ni 142.250.217.142. Imagine. So hiyo ni Google, and then YouTube, and then Facebook, and then like, you know, all those servers, all those sites and you want to try connect to ziko na IP addresses, na hiyo IP addresses ndio kenye sisi try connect to. So DNS kenye inafanya ni hivi. DNS ni kama phone book yenye inakuwa recorded somewhere, like google.com namba yake ni IP address yake ni ndio hii hapa, you know. Let's ping something else. So let's ping facebook.com. Unaona, this is their IP address 157.240.11.35. So literally DNS inawaki hivyo. DNS kenye inafanya nini? Ina translate the name to the IP address, kitu kama hiyo, you know. So now ukikuja hapa kenye nimeset up hapa, nimeset up this network in a way like acting like as if this is google.com, and uko kwa network yako, you're trying to get to google.com, and just to show you how everything goes. All right, okay, nitafanya ni hivi. Nitaenda hapa on my phone. Let's say on my phone I go to a web browser and browse google.com. Takuja hapo ni click my web browser, ndio imefunguka, and then niandike google.com, na ndio hiyo ina show up like that. All right, ini website too, like it's just a HTML that I've put in together. But yeah, so right now whatever has happened is wewe kwa nyumba yako umeandika google.com, all that stuff go through all this chain, ikaenda ikafika kwa google.com, na google.com ikareply, ndio maana umeona google.com showing up on your page. I'm going to do the same thing, and this time I'm going to actually turn on my simulation mode so that you guys can actually see exactly what happens. So simulation mode I turn on, and then let's go back to this phone. This is the phone. I come to the web browser, and then I write google.com like that. When I do go, now look at what happens. So I'm going to move this to the side like here. This is what's happening. You generate a packet there. That packet goes to the access point, ndio hiyo. Ikishaenda kwa access point, inakuja kwa switch. Tunakumbuka switch inatumia MAC address kusend the packets to the device. So right now, since tulikuwa tumeconfigure our since tumeambia like our devices on the local area network njia ya kutoka, na tumewaambia mlango ya kutoka nje ni gani, ni hii. Alright, ni hii hapa. So utaona hii packet itaenda huku. Next ndio hiyo, the packet ndio hiyo ikaenda hapa kwa router, and then router kenye inafanya ni network address translation. Alright, so ina translate our internal IP to our external IP. Now hii router itaisend out. Let's send it out, and then ikishatoka hapo inaenda naguza Safaricom, which is your internet service provider at this point, your ISP. And then now Safaricom inatuma to Google. So that's the internet out there. Ndio hiyo ikaland ikafika kwa Google. Now if you even look at your page, bado haijarudi, you know. So we have not yet received a response. Let's go and get this response now. Sasa Google kenye itafanya ni nini? Google nayo ita reply. Ndio hiyo reply ikakuja kwa Safaricom. After Safaricom ikakuja to your router, and then your router ikaangalia, okay sawa, hii packet imetoka huku nje inaenda huku ndani. This is our building. Where is it actually going? It needs to go to an IP address 192.168.0.10. So hiyo ndio kama like the door 20 yenye tulikuwa tunaongelea last time. That's where you live, you know. So now Kenya router nayo itafanya ni itaituma sasa now to the switch, and then switch itaituma kwako. So ndio hiyo router ikaituma kwa switch ikaituma kwa access point, because we're actually using an access point. Ndio hiyo access point ndio iweze kutumia back through Wi-Fi. Alright, so I'm just gonna pull up this page so that you just see it show up the moment inafika kwa phone, when the envelope arrives back to the phone. So there, so yeah, the moment the packet reaches your phone, the Google page ndio hiyo inafunguka. Alright, that's how it actually happens. So now let's try and do ile ping yenye tulikuwa tuna ping. Alright, ile yenye tulikuwa tuna ping ndio tuone the same thing, like itaonyesha tu the same thing, because when you're pinging you're literally doing the same thing. Is like going to a website na kujaribu kufungua your website, so itajaribu communicate to the website. So when I come here and then I do ping, ping, google.com, let's see, google.com, ndio hiyo. So unaona the same thing, packet ndio ikakuwa generated. Haya, tukaanza kusonga through the network, ndio hiyo tena imeenda all the way to Google servers, ndio hiyo inarudi coming back to the router, ndio ingie like into your internal local area network, your home network, kwa switch to the access point, and then ndio hiyo, yeah, ndio hiyo sasa imeingia to your phone, and then your phone is now replying. That's the same thing. Just gonna switch back to real time, ndio you move to that fast. So ndio hiyo, you've been able to contact google.com. Hapa ukiangalia my reply inatoka kwa 8.8.8. Hiyo ndiyo nimeiconfigure kama Google server. So finally, yeah, now that's where you've got it. At the end of it all, ukitaka kutry kuongelesha a device outside your network, tumeongea tukasema internet is a network of networks, so you can clearly see that everything is just made up of networks and it's got jumbled up together and ziweze ku make up the internet. Alright, na sahi the only way the way your devices can be able to communicate, lazima zikuwe na all these network devices ndio ziweze communicate. So I'm just going to recap on everything that we've just said. We've said that your device, probably if it's your phone, PC, or your laptop, it has a network interface card. This network interface card, kuna moja yenye ni ya Wi-Fi, so hiyo inakuwa allowed to connect to Wi-Fi networks, and then kuna ingine yenye ni cable. Hiyo ya cable inaitwa Ethernet. We use that cable ndio tuweze connect to the network. Those network interface cards ziko na a specific number. Hiyo number inaitwa MAC address. Na hiyo number ni unique to that network interface card. So it's unique, ilikuwa manufactured kwa company, they put that number on the network interface card. Now, when you're trying to connect to the network, so let's say we're connecting using our wireless network interface card, ndio iweze connect to the Wi-Fi, kuna a device yenye iko next on the network inaitwa an access point. So you can see like right here, this phone is connected through Wi-Fi to the access point, na hiyo access point nayo iko connected to another device on the network called a switch. A switch is a network device that forwards traffic between different devices on the same network. Now, hiyo switch inatumia the MAC address ndio iweze kuforward traffic between different devices on the same local area network. And then the next device after that yenye inatuallow kuweza kutoka saa nje, which is like our gate, inaitwa ngata gateway sometimes. That device inaitwa a router. And our router iko na two IP addresses, our internal IP and our external IP. And our external IP is like the building that you live in, you know, like if you live in a building called Sifa Apartments, that is your external IP. And then the door number, let's say you're living on door 1, door 2, door 3, or door 4, door 20, those are like your internal IPs. The next device that is on our network is called a modem. And a modem, what it does, all that it does is just convert digital signals to analog and vice versa. Ndio saa iweze tu kuallow like communication over the cables. And then now the next stop is our internet service provider, such as Safaricom, Zuku, Telcom, or whichever service provides you internet. And then from that, now you can be able to connect to the internet and be able to surf the internet. There's another service called DNS, which is domain name system. And domain name system is just like a phone book that allows you to be able to correlate or translate domain names such as google.com, facebook.com to IP addresses. And just like that, that's how packets are able to travel from your computer to the internet and back. So if you like that video, please make sure you like, share, subscribe, give it a big thumbs up. Na ujue, I'm posting again, more videos coming. You should just keep on checking because we are still learning networking. And peace.